Hi, I'm Nicholas Wilson. I'm the service manager for the data integrations team. Outside of work, I guess I like, like anyone in IT, gotta like computers outside of work, right? So work with computers and tinker and stuff. Probably now I like doing a lot of practical things, working with my hands. One of the things I'm doing right now is actually repairing a vintage camera. So before Dulux Group, I worked with actually an art and antiques auction house just as a general IT person. So when I first joined Dulux Group, I actually joined as, technically it was a graduate role, so I was a graduate data analyst in the integration team. I eventually took on an acting role as the team lead or the service manager for the group when we had a large project start that seconded a lot of people onto that project, including who was my manager at the time. After working in that acting role for a while, it was decided that it should no longer be acting. Integrations is important for Dulux Group because Dulux Group has a very wide architecture of lots of different platforms. Some of them very, very new, very, very advanced. Some of them not as much. And these platforms need to communicate together effectively to ensure that business operations are smooth. We also have a lot of externals we communicate with, so suppliers and customers. We need to automate invoicing and ordering with those groups to make sure that we can actually, buy and sell product and buy and sell materials for making our products. I think one of the great advantages of working at Dulux Group and one of the best parts of the culture here is just the other people. Everybody here is really good and positive, and there's a lot of great attitude and a lot of energy. The organisation did a lot, particularly in the last 2 years, to try and facilitate that. It's very interesting managing a hybrid team. We have most of the people in my team were hired during COVID lockdowns, and it's reflected in the way the team is organised. It was over a year before we actually saw some of each other face to face, which creates an interesting work environment. And there was a lot done to try and help facilitate that and make sure it ran smoothly. We catch up regularly, and I think we operate easily as well as a team that would operate in the office. But even now that things are returning to normal, we still operate in a hybrid model. People still work off-site. The team is spread across quite a long distance. Some live, a few hours away from the actual office itself. So we still operate in a hybrid model and still operate largely virtually. And I think we've managed to get into a really good group of that and work together really well. But at the same time, we still have catch-ups and social events and make sure that we do see each other face to face as well. Last year we had an interesting scenario come up, which was we were told by one of our major providers, SAP, that we needed to migrate onto a new version of an existing technology that we had in place. This was one of our integration tools, which is was known at the time as Cloud Platform Integration. I think anyone familiar with this would know it's now known as Cloud Integration. We needed to migrate from what was called the Neo stack to the Cloud Foundry stack. Best way to describe that is Neo is a SAP proprietary underlying technology, and Cloud Foundry is an open source underlying technology. We were given quite a short time frame to get this done. What it involved was basically migrating every single integration item from the Neo environment to the Cloud Foundry environment and then retesting them all. We got this done in a fairly record time. We've actually was even commended by SAP about the speed in which we were able to get this particular piece sorted out. We only had, I think it was about less than 6 months to get the entire thing sorted. I think the team was really positive from the team. They were quite excited about the prospect of doing this, but then also really happy with the end result. We got a system at the end that was not just the new technology, but also involved code-based cleanup and better support practices out of this as well, which I think was really commendable and everyone did a really good job in getting us to where we needed to go. Impact of the business was very minimal. We did a lot of what we did seamlessly, behind the scenes, trying to get things done, basically quietly. I think anyone in IT knows that the best thing you can do is to do everything without any impact and without even being seen or noticed. People don't notice when you do things right, but they do notice when things go wrong.